An absolutely gorgeous Saturday afternoon. Lots of stuff happening around the Circle City this afternoon. However, we've got something real special planned for you. It's Beep Ball on the ISC Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by Opti Park. Looking for a place to hold your next event or get-together? Come to Opti Park, located in the heart of Broad Ripple. Opti Park is home to baseball, birthday parties, family reunions, and playground fun. Opti Park is a community park, not a city park, and run by volunteers for over 60 years. OptiParkIndy.com, provided by the Optimist Club of Northside, Indianapolis. Proud sponsor of the Indy Thunder, along my broadcast partner, David Benny. I am John Natali, and David, welcome to this. I know you're quite the experienced one in Beep Ball, so why don't you give us a little review, and after this we'll get the head coach of the Boston Renegades, head coach Rob Weissman.
Well, this has become quite a tradition, John, here in the city of Indianapolis and across the sport of beep baseball, which is an adaptive form of baseball for the blind and visually impaired. We have 8 teams here, and 6 of the 8 teams placed in the top 6 at the World Series, the national tournament for beep baseball a year ago. So you can't find a more competitive tournament than this. The weather is beautiful, as it usually is this time of year in Indianapolis, and we've got the defending champion Indy Thunder riding a 28-game winning streak, taking on the Boston Renegades, who have accomplished some milestones of their own today. 2 teams that have been around for about the last quarter of a century, and so they're 2 blue bloods of the league, and they're both coming in red hot going into this game. The winner of this game likely to play tomorrow morning in the championship game, again right here on ISC.
So let's turn it over to the head coach of the Boston Renegades, head coach Rob Weissman. Rob, welcome to Indy on the campus of North Central High School. Tell us about this. Tell us about just the environment, just what you see, how you feel, how your team looks. Just go into it. Tell us what the Boston Renegades are all about.
Yeah, well, we've been playing ball since 2000, so this is our 26th year. In fact, we just won our 200th career game in the history of our franchise this weekend. Look, we're really excited to be here. We've been in the cage since December, so it's getting real this weekend. And we're starting with some of the best teams in the world, and we're trying to show everyone that we're supposed to be mentioned with those best teams in the world.
Weather a little bit better today than it is in December.
It is raining in Boston this today, so we are pretty happy to be out here in this nice sun for sure.
One thing I want to ask you, Rob, and then we'll turn it over to head coach Darnell Booker of the Indy Thunder. So David told me that you guys got a chance to play at Fenway Park.
Yes, we did.
In Boston. Now, that is one of the most prestigious fields in all of Major League Baseball. How was that experience for you?
It was a dream. The Red Sox are fantastic. They opened the stadium for us. It wasn't like we played after a game or before a game. Like, they opened it up. They staffed it for us. We had somewhere between, 600 to 800 fans there. It was a really big crowd. They were all sitting in the bleachers. We played in dead center field. It was a dream come true for a lot of us. It's been something that's been in the works for a couple of years. We got rained out 2 years ago, so we're fingers crossed that the weather was going to hold out for us this year, and it was a gorgeous day. And I was really excited that 10 of our players were able to say they scored at Fenway Park.
And, Coach, this is because curiosity killed the cat. Did anybody put it over the monster?
No, the monster was behind us. The monster was on our bench, so the monster was behind us on the bench. Yeah.
All right.
But we did have someone sticking in the infield all the way to the pitcher's mound from dead center field. So
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, head coach Rob Weissman of the Boston Renegades. Rob, have a fun time out there. That's the most important thing, but also good luck, and see if you can end that Indy Thunder win streak, which is going to be a hard thing to do.
I know it will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. And we're going to turn it over to Darnell Booker. How you doing, Coach?
Good. I'm one of the assistants now, but I like someone else is in charge. I'm just overseeing the team, general manager and assistant coach. So it's been good. It's been good.
How does it feel to host such a wide variety of talent? Everybody kind of plays their game a little different, but now they're all centered here in Indianapolis. How do you enjoy the tournament?
It's great. We like bringing the best competition to this tournament. Like Dave Benny said, 6 of the 8 teams finished 6th in the world. So we don't shy away from competition, and we like to play ball. And it looks like it's been a smooth transition from myself to the head coach Jared Woodard. So it looks like everything is still intact because our culture is and our mindset is championship or bust. So this gets us ready and prepared, and we take all these tournament games seriously. So it's championship or bust for the Thunder every year.
On the campus in North Central High School, and with Rob and the Boston Renegades, they had to make quite the trip out here. So I want to know, being here in the Circle City, you guys have played every which way from Sunday around 465 and even beyond that. Can you take a hold of home field advantage in this one?
We do our best because we know, like I said, nothing's guaranteed. So we have to go out there and everything is magnified, and we know we have to, everybody's going to take their best shot toward the Thunder since we are the defending champs.
And let's just talk about Boston one more time. You guys are on a roll, got that winning streak going. What are some of the key things to stop such a good team like Boston?
Well, they're mentally and physically and well coached, and we just can't make the mistakes. Victory favors the team to make the fewest mistakes, and we can't miss any bases. We need to make the plays we're supposed to make. And I think if we do that, we'll be just fine. And hopefully, I'm sure it'll be a competitive game because Boston has brought their best, and we got to match it.
Coach Darnell Booker, he brought this team together. Now he's leading the charge. We come back. We'll have one heck of a contest between the Indy Thunder playing host to the Renegades on Boston on ISC.
Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to travel around their homes and towns. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to keep living at home. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired.
Your life is on the go. Now your viewing habits can be on the go. With the ISC Sports Network app, your team is at your fingertips. You can download years' worth of content from the ISC Sports Network library. High school, college, special events, weekly and monthly shows, wherever you find your favorite app. And you can always find out more information at iscsportsnetwork.com.
Today's game brought to you by Comfort Home Care of South Indy. Comfort Care Home Care wants you to know that their focus is to help clients live their best life possible. They are a premier non-medical home care company committed to their clients with their fall risk, dementia care, inclusive alley, and veterans programs. This Comfort Care South Indy office won the 2023 Franchise Office of the Year. They are a proud supporter of Team Indy Thunder. Big crowd on hand to see their local Indy Thunder playing host to the Boston Renegades. Dave, you've had a lot of experience with these both teams. You play for multiple teams, but as you mentioned in the preset, Indy Thunder are on a roll. What can Boston do to overcome that?
Well, first thing Boston's got to do is put the ball in play. I mean, in beat baseball, every at-bat is going to result in either a run or an out. And every time you put the ball in fair play, you've got a chance to score a run. And so they're going to have to put balls in play, and they're going to have to play their fundamentally sound form of ball. I mean, there is a little bit of a competitive disadvantage here. Boston does not have all of their regulars here, and the Indy Thunder have a roster of better than 20 ball players. But, you play the games on the field, not on paper, and Boston's going to come out and Coach Wiseman's going to give it, he's going to have them ready to go. I expect him to give it a good shot. They're obviously the underdogs in this game, and you talk about the size of the crowd. The Thunder really deserve a crowd of this size. 26-0 last year, ran the table, world champions. No team had ever won 26 games in a season without a loss. So they're making history just about every time they get out on the field these days. 6-time defending champions, and they're really the toast of the town right now when it comes to adaptive sports.
Dave, earlier you told me some of the players that are out for the Indy Thunder, two big boppers, Zach Bueller and Justin Holland. Will the Thunder miss a step because those two are out?
Well, they can plug. I mean, Zach Buehler and Justin Howland are two of the best in the world, but the Thunder are so deep and so talented, they can plug players in and really not miss much. I mean, obviously, Zach Buehler was the batting champion at the World Series last year for the Thunder, and he set the league record for the highest batting average of the World Series. He hit 900. He scored 9 out of 10 times he came to the plate. I think 27 for 30 overall for the tournament. And so you're going to miss him and miss his defense. And Justin Howland is the league home run leader. But they've got so many weapons. You see David Smith in the lineup. David Smith is a perennial all-star. You see they put Kyle Lewis in the lineup. Kyle Lewis has a MVP award at the national level to his name. So it's just next player up. I don't expect him to miss much of a beat.
The Thunder won the coin toss. They are the home team. So the Renegades will bat first. We'll set the lineup for you. Tyler Myrtle, and then Rob Dias, Sean Devenish, Drew Cook in the cleanup spot, Shane Canton, and David Marcano with Chris Kimball batting in that 7-hole.
So Kimball is the designated fielder, the flex player in place of the 6th place hitter Marcano. You'll notice if you followed these teams before, for those who have seen beat baseball, two of the big names you don't see in the Renegade lineup, Christian Thaxton and their all-time leading scorer in team history, Joe McCormick. Those two were expected to be playing this year. They're just not at this particular tournament playing in this game.
Tyler Myrtle is going to lead things off for the Renegades. One of the most spectacular sporting events. Personally, for me, the most unique, as I'm a big baseball and softball guy, but this really takes the cake on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. As Myrtle gets set. And your first pitch at 2:32. It's a strike to Myrtle.
And they get 4 strikes in this sport. You're allowed to take one. The pitcher stands 20 feet away from the batter, who is wearing a blindfold. Base is 100 feet down each line, only first and third. There is no running around the bases. It's a race to the bag once you put it in play. And it's random which base will turn on.
Swings through that one. The count 0-2 to Myrtle. You can see that there's head coach Rob Weissman in the catcher position, and it is coach pitch. That is Rob Cochran, number 44. And there's a pop-up, and it's going to go foul on the left field side, so we'll do it again at 0-2.
Ball has to travel at least 40 feet to be considered. There's an arc that it has to go over to be in fair play. And the reason they do that is because you don't want players blindfolded charging up the back of your pitcher or getting in the baselines while there's a blindfolded runner steaming down the line. And so there's a 40-foot buffer there. There is also a 10-foot buffer between the baseline and the foul line, again, for safety.
And that's the shot, and it's going to fall. Myrtle hustles.
I think they called him out.
They
bang,
did.
bang, play.
That was bang, bang. But good hustle by Myrtle to get down there, but better play defensively.
So when you have top-notch athletes, you'll see a lot of close plays. I mean, these are fast players playing a fast-paced game. The only difference is they're all wearing blindfolds because they all have some level of vision loss. So why do they wear a blindfold? Well, because vision loss exists on a spectrum. You can have some that see nothing, and you can have some that have low vision. So to make it an even playing field for everybody, all players, other than the pitcher, the catcher, and the field spotters, are required to wear the blindfold.
1 out. That'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, Rob Dias. Dias with that closed stance. As Cochran's ready to deliver. And the pitch. Swings through that. 0-1.
A little bit of wind, but not much. The wind can mess with the base runner's ability to hear and the defense ability to hear the ball. So it's nice that the winds are sort of light.
And now 2 strikes to the 2-hole hitter, Rob Dias. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon at North Central High School off 86th Street. And here comes the 3rd pitch from Ron Cochran. And foul ball stays alive. We'll do it again with 2 strikes. Now, Dave, I want to ask you a question because I'm learning as we go as well. They're putting the bat on the field and kind of judging the length of it. Is that so they know where the plate is to their stance?
So that they can set up themselves and acclimate themselves to the plate because they're not seeing it.
Okay.
They're wearing the mask.
2-strike pitch. And swings and misses.
And that's a strikeout for Rob Dias, who is a .485 career hitter. He's one of their more dependable hitters. And as we talked about at the top, you want to limit the strikeouts. The one sure way not to score in this sport is to strike out. You can't steal first or third base. And so, you know, and you're going to see the Thunder and Jared Woodard, who's the best in the world, at contact. They're going to put the ball in play 90% of the time, if not more. And so, you know, it's going to be important to keep the strikeouts to a minimum if you're Cochran.
That'll bring up Sean Devenish. 2 out, top half of the 1st. And fouls that one off.
Devenish is another veteran 2-way player for Boston. I believe his first season was 2016, the same year that the Renegades finished runner-up to the Thunder at the World Series, when the Thunder won their first of now 6 championships.
Devenish digging in, another close stance batter. Here comes the 1-strike pitch from Cochran. And strike number 2.
The Thunder and Renegades have met 19 times in their histories since 2002, with the Thunder winning 14 of those. Last time they met was in the 2023 World Series in Norman, Oklahoma. Thunder won that game 30-19. And that's a run.
And just fouled it.
Oh.
And that was a hair's length.
Is that foul ball? Okay.
He just nipped it.
So one of 2 bases will come on, and it's random, either first or third. And so then it's a sprint 100 feet down to that baseline.
There comes the 4th pitch. And that's fouled at the plate.
Just like in baseball, you can't strike out on a foul ball. Not even on a foul tip in this sport.
And just the bounce off of that point, Dave, is that if it's popped up within that 40 feet, that is a foul ball. But a grounder past that 40-foot marker is considered in play.
Correct. Same with the home run line. A fly ball over the 170 line is considered a home run. A ground ball or a line drive past that line on the bounce, let's say, is not.
And he's safe.
There's
Run
the run.
scored.
It's a good 2-out run there for the Renegades.
So Devenish with good hustle. And hit that right up the 6 hole. And beat the out. So the Renegades strike early, 1-0. And that'll bring up Drew Crook. Dave, one question I'd like to ask you. What is the bat size to weight ratio for beep ball?
Well, most players will swing anywhere from a 36 to 38, maybe 34, but usually it's a 38.6 or 38 ounce bat. Because you're hitting a 1 pound, 16 inch, 1 pound ball that's being pitched underhand from 20 feet away. And so, I mean, you need a heavier bat size to be able to just get enough force behind it for it to carry out.
1 strike to Crook. 1 run in for the Renegades. Slow roller, and that's going to find its way out. Crook hustling down the line, and he made it.
And that ball needed to be handled. And that's one that'll drive the Thunder crazy when they give up some, the shorties like that. Somebody needed to make that play.
Not hit hard, but hit it where they weren't. And Crook with the hustle down the line.
So that's nice. That's 2 in with 2 outs for Boston.
So that'll bring up Shane Canton. After a quick first 2 outs, the Renegades have come back and put 2 on the board with 2 outs.
And Shane Canton's been around for a while. He's played 126 games in a Renegade uniform. Career .461 batting average, which in this sport, those sound high, but in this sport, where everything is either an out or a run, good is 500, 400 to 500. Great is 600, and if you get up towards 700 and above, you're in all-star territory.
Video game numbers.
Right, because everything's either a run or an out.
Canton taking direction from Rob Weissman. He plays with a closed stance himself. The pitch. And there's a high fly ball, and it's going to drop. Chasing after it and got the out.
It's a good play. It's a good play. He had to track it, he had to listen to it, and then he had to use the spotter's call and the beep of the ball to get to it. Nice, solid play to end the inning.
So after the top half of the order, they batted 5. But a good defensive play to get that 3rd out. And we'll get ready for the bottom half of the 1st. Today's game is brought to you by Health Insurance Experts Simplified Insurance Solutions. They offer Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage plans, prescription drug plans, dental, vision, and hearing coverage. Located in Lawrence, call Latrice Jeter today at 888-340-7633. And the Thunder now to come up to bat. And Dave, it's great to get on the board early. Is 2 runs a good number to hit in your top half of the 1st?
Well, nothing's ever enough against this Thunder team because they can put up runs in bunches. And so 2 is nice, especially after 2 out there. They salvaged a couple of runs. But, you really want 3 or 4 at least an inning to really be happy, especially with the Thunder having the last at-bats.
And that is Cody Jeffries to lead things off. Gerald Dykes, Tyler Rodriguez, Kyle Lewis, Aaron C., David Smith, and Adam Rodenbeck. The first 7 for the Thunder.
And every name you mentioned in that lineup for the Thunder is or has been an all-star more than once. That is the level of competition which the Thunder can throw at you. And this is with 2 starters out of the lineup. So we'll see how they do. But this is really a murderer's row lineup.
Jared Woodard to handle the pitching duties for the Thunder.
Also now the head coaching duties. That's the only big change to the roster from last year's championship season is the head coaching change. Booker will be handling league responsibilities, directing the 50th annual World Series of Beep Baseball, and so he stepped aside as coach.
Jeffries swings to the first pitch, 1 strike.
Jeffries' excellent contact and very good speed. That's why he's at the top of the order.
And that ball finds its way into the zone, 2-0. You can see the pass on the left corner of your screen, and each batter is allowed 1.
And that's the first one we've seen, and you're going to see that. That's part of the Thunder system. If they miss the first 2, Jared will have them take the third one, sort of to reset.
Fouls it back.
Now we're a full count, which in this sport is 1 ball and 3 strikes.
Indy needs to rebound from a 2-run first by the Renegades. And that ball to right field, and just foul.
He was a little late on and went oppo.
Right side, be ready, right side.
Jeffries went with the pitch just a little bit too far past that first baseline.
Right. You don't give him up.
When the Thunder are at their best, they are elevating the ball. I mean, you can't make a play on it in this sport until it comes down. So if you can get the ball in the air, you can get a couple of extra few steps toward that base. And the Thunder are excellent at that.
They call forwarding, yeah.
Here's Jeffries with 3 strikes. I'm assuming this is a ball change.
Yeah, these balls, and if they're too quiet or the beep of the ball is inconsistent, they'll change balls for the benefit of the defense, but also because you don't want to crush one and have the ball die, because then you got to redo it.
Jeffries, the leadoff man for the Thunder, trying to reach after a 2-run first by Boston. And a slow roller. It's going to make its way past the 40-foot line.
Foot race.
And they got him.
And I believe that's Mike Woodard, the umpire, plate umpire, who said it's up and he's out. That was sort of a foot race again, you know. You're racing to the base when the defense is racing to the ball, and the key is to touch that base before the defender has the ball off the ground, in control, and away from the body. And in this case, he said that the possession was gained by the defender before he reached the base.
That'll bring up Gerald Dykes.
Dykes, we believe, is the all-time leading run scorer now in Indy Thunder history. Dykes started playing in 2016. He's played in every World Series the Thunder have been in. He's been an all-star, by my count, 5 times, and he won the league's fastest man competition 3 years in a row.
And there's a high fly to left. Trying to find it, and Dykes with great speed made that no problem.
So you see what I mean about by the time that ball landed, and you can't make a play on it until it comes down. Dykes was almost halfway to the base, and by the time that ball lands, you've literally got a second and a half maybe to try to pick it up, or he's there. That's a weapon to have.
He got out of that box real quick. And here's the 3-hole hitter, Tyler Rodriguez.
TY is another one, Tyler, who was a part of the Thunder dynasty run from 2016 to 2021. Moved out to the Philadelphia area and went and played for the Philly Fire for a few years. Won a championship with them, their first ever, and then came back to Indianapolis.
Big cut. 1 strike to Tyler Rodriguez. 1 run in for the Thunder in this bottom half of the first. There's a high shot to left.
That's crushed.
Trying to find it, and he's going to beat it out. Tell you, Dave, there have been a lot of bang-bang plays, but that's a second run for the Thunder. They tie it up.
Well, and they're using power and and speed, and you know they're going to put the ball in play. Yeah, Boston is I mean, they train, they drill, they work a lot, especially on their defense, and so they're going to get close to these balls. But no, these last two, these were legit runs. You know, those aren't plays you're going to really expect the defense to be able to make. Balls on the ground have to be picked up. That's another key. I mean, if the Thunder gives you a ground ball, you need to pick it up.
That's going to bring up Kyle Lewis in the cleanup spot.
One of the lefties on this club. Kyle Lewis was the 2019 league batting champion.
Lewis got a large frame on that left side. Very intimidating. Slow roller up the middle. It's going to find grass in the outfield. Lewis hustling, and he beat it out.
But he sort of split him with that. But again, you know, you want somebody in one of those levels of defense to be able to try to cut that off, because that was on the ground, and they're going to hit enough balls that just aren't fieldable as it is, that you really do need to get the grounders. And the Thunder now, as you see this, they've got 3 in with 1 out. They've already, they've already taken the lead, and the bottom of this batting order doesn't get any easier with Aaron C. and David Smith, both who have home run power.
And that'll bring C to the plate. The Thunder answer back that 2-run top half of the first for Boston with 3 on the board and still only 1 out. And a note, I don't know if you saw it, but Kyle Lewis came up a little, I don't want to say gimpy, but his left hand, he was holding it. Probably hit that pylon a little bit uncomfortably, so we'll keep an eye on that. Seath swings through it, 1 strike.
Well, yeah, we'll see if Kyle Lewis is subbed out of the game. There is a re-entry rule if you want to use it.
There it is. I mean, he slapped it and then fell very awkwardly, and you can see him clinching there. So let's hope he's okay, see if he comes in or not, or if they have to sit him down for a little bit to help that hand.
And you have to be out 6 outs, but there is a re-entry rule. And the Thunder have so many players available on their roster that I don't know that they would take any chances. They hope to be playing for a tournament championship tomorrow morning, and so I sense if it is anything to be concerned about, they'll just get him out.
C takes the pass ball, 2-1. Right up the middle. C hustling, and he's not going to get there. Good play in the outfield. So now 2 down.
All 5 balls so far, though, put in play. All 5 Thunder hitters have put the ball in play. They're forcing the Renegade defense to make plays.
C hit that one right on the screws.
Now this is the important spot in the lineup here in beat baseball, because you've got 2 outs and you've got David Smith, and if he scores, now you roll it back up to the top to the speedsters. David Smith maybe not the fastest on the team, but he might have the most power. I mean, when he gets a hold of it, he can touch that 170 line easily.
Thunder down to their final out of the inning, but have put 3 on the board to answer the Renegades 2. With a very imposing player, David Smith, at the plate. And just as noted, and just in front of the 170 line, and he's going to beat it out.
He wanted it. He wanted that 170. He told me before the game he wasn't going to swing for it, but he wanted that 170, and he almost got it. David Smith, maybe we'll get into his comeback story a little bit later. It's incredible, but he showed you what he can do, what kind of power he has coming into town from San Antonio, the former San Antonio Jets, former arch rival of these Thunder. and now playing with the Thunder in his second season with the team. And now you've got Jeffries back up to the top of the lineup, and now you've got a little bit of trouble for Boston.
Smith needed 170. He got about 166 on that.
As I recall, we have only called one home run on the ISC broadcast over the years at this tournament. I remember Corey White hit one when he was with the Thunder. I think it was 2021.
Back to the top of the order. Through that one. One strike. Even though it's gorgeous conditions, wind kind of coming in pretty hard. There's a pop-up to the right side. And nobody's going to get it, and that's going to be the 5th run.
So when you can pop it up to the opposite field, you can sort of cross a defense up sometimes.
Today's game brought to you by Tito's. Tito's program has a goal of turning spirits into love and goodness, and does so by joining forces with nonprofits to host events, participate in service projects, and give back to their communities in meaningful ways. Tito's paves the way for in early days by donating his vodka to local nonprofit events. Now Tito's continues to empower employees, customers, and fans to make the world a better place through love. Tito's, thank you, Tito's, for your support.
And we really appreciate all of our sponsors. We couldn't do this without them.
Better than driving up right off the creek, right and go. Honey, where you at? Oh, he's down by the
5-2.
And it doesn't get any easier now with Dicus. I don't know if Dicus has been retired yet today. I don't believe he didn't play in the first game. He played in their second one today against Oklahoma. I believe he was 3 for 3 or 4 for 4.
That one's to the outfield. It's going to
trouble.
drop.
Yeah.
And it goes foul.
Last minute, he called it foul. Dicus all the way at the base. Now he's got to turn around and walk it back. Umpire, I think, wanted to wait and make sure, but that's a little frustrating as a hitter. When the foul ball is called, when you've already run your 100 feet, now you got to walk it back and get back up there and start hacking again.
That ball had some English on it once it hit the outfield grass.
And sometimes when there's a mishit, when you get it off the top of the bat but you don't get all of it, it will kick one way or the other because there's spin on it. He's a right-handed hitter.
And he's going to let that go. Probably wanted to catch a breath after hustling down the first. Now he settles in 1-1. 2 down. Thunder up 3. Big cut. 2 strikes.
Dicus has been a part of all 6 championships for the Thunder.
And a shot right up the middle. Nobody there. Dicus hustling. And he's 2 for 2.
He's just tough to retire. He's got that combination of power and speed and the ability to loft the ball. That just makes it nearly impossible. And this is his job, you know. Gerald Dicus, since he started his career with the Thunder, has always been a designated hitter, pretty much. That's not to say he never gets out there on defense, but when push comes to shove, he's their DH, and he is very good in that role. All he has to worry about doing is scoring runs, and he's prolific about it.
I think we got jumbled up a little bit. This is Dicus now.
Okay,
that was Cody Jeffries. We forgot the 7-hole hitter.
No, what we were doing was there was a foul ball and they brought him back, I guess, or I don't know. There should not be a 7th hitter.
And on the ground, and it's fielded. And that'll be the 3rd out, but not before the Indy Thunder answer back with a 6th spot. Bottom of the 1st, come back with the 2nd on ISC.
Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to continue their employment. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to cook meals safely. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired.
Has it, leaps the man, still on his feet. Stevens lunges. Are you kidding me?
Champions of Marion County. Unbelievable!
Touchdown.
Living up to that last day. Wabash has the lead for the first time today. Said that was going to be a highlight reel. Oh, baby.
Yeah, you can celebrate after that.
Back on the campus of North Central High School. Today's game brought to you by Bright Ideas, your logo on everything under the sun. Now with a new location at 9855 Cross Point Boulevard, Suite 116 in Indianapolis. To the top of the second we go.
That would make sense. Yeah, dead ball. So what we missed there, I think, in the last inning was a dead ball replay. So we almost credited a run to Dykes that should have gone to Jeffries. Usually we can hear the dead ball call.
So just to recap, Cody Jeffries got the run, and Gerald Dykes grounded out to end the inning.
So we should be at 5-2, y'all, here in the top of the second.
David Marcano to bat now, bottom of the order for the Renegades. And swings through that one, 2 strikes.
And you'll notice, so when there is a dead ball, it's a disadvantageous to the defense because they can't hear it, they can't make a play on it. So it's a dead ball replay. They don't get a new count. They go back and they just replay the pitch.
And there's a 3rd strike.
And it's sometimes a telltale sign when you see a defense not even pursue a ball that nobody can hear it. And it sometimes crosses us up here in the booth.
And Marcano goes down on strikes. And to the top of the order will go Tyler Myro.
You need to get some production from the top of the order here. They got production from the middle part of the order last inning, but Myro and Dias, because as you saw, the Thunder will get they'll get contributions from every spot in that batting order. And Boston's got to try to keep up. 6-inning game.
Checking that length to make sure he's in the right spot. And everybody gets set. And Rob Weissman helping on the directions. Myro looks set, and we'll do it with 1 down in the top half of the second. Swings through that one.
Myro, this is only his 3rd year playing, but he's really developing. He's going to be a star in this league if he sticks with it.
Here's Cochran with 1 strike to the 1-hole hitter. Fouled it at the plate. Now 2 strikes. The 2-strike pitch. And that's the 3rd strike. Ron Cochran pitching like Greg Maddux out here.
Well, except in this sport, you're looking for contact. And Ron, over his career, is around 80% contact, which is very good by beep ball standards.
Right up the middle. It's going to find its way into the outfield and fielded it properly. That's 2 down.
Solid defense there by the Thunder.
Sorry, he told me, he said he couldn't figure this out at all.
So Rob Dias up to the plate now, struck out in that top half of the first.
Dias was part of that 2016 team that finished runner-up to the Thunder, outnames Iowa.
Got a good look at Tyler Rodriguez right there. You couldn't ask for a more perfect Saturday afternoon.
No, and we've gotten lucky or blessed, whichever you prefer, the last 10 years or so, I think, with this tournament, with the weather.
It's like I think it's a spider, but it's like green.
Dias getting the directions. And 2 down. Austin trying to chip into that lead by the Thunder. And we're ready to go. Straight center. And he's going to get there. He does not. Tyler Rodriguez with the play.
This is just solid defense by the Thunder now. So, and Boston's doing what they need to do. They're putting the ball in play, and the Thunder defense is picking it up.
Today's game brought to you by EverythingBroadRipple.com, a proud sponsor of the Indy Thunder. EverythingBroadRipple.com is your one-stop site for the Broad Ripple Gazette, Random Ripplings local news, calendar listings, maps, and local business directories, as well as all of our Broad Ripple history stories and photos. EverythingBroadRipple.com. It's going to bring up the Thunder in their bottom half of the second, put up 5 in the first.
Yeah, I think he went to the real one.
And Dave, I have a question for you. As I look at the field and I see a lot of different colors, a lot of different lines, I see a V shape in the middle with hashes of red and blue. Is that for this particular thing, or is that something from another sport that was just left here?
I think that's they mark off different areas of the field and zones for where the, so that the spotters know where the players are supposed to be positioned. And these fields aren't used for beep ball generally either, so it's hard to know. I'm not familiar with a V-shaped marking from any system that I've been in, so.
You can see North Central Panthers banner. This school hosts a lot of high school events, top-notch high school events.
Now you see what the Renegade defense just did. See, they're all communicating by sound, and so to make sure that everybody knows we're ready and here's where we all are, they count off.
And it's Tyler Rodriguez on a first pitch strike.
They count off by position. And that's what you may have heard the Renegades doing.
That's to right.
It's crushed.
And gets past and has to field it, but Rodriguez beat it out. Had some trouble in right field. And Rodriguez, 2 for 2 with 2 runs.
That was another well-struck ball, and you could tell because you heard the spotter drag out the number call. Sounded like a 4. And she called it 4 to indicate that the ball is in the air and it's going to be coming down. And they're allowed to do that. They're only allowed to call one number, but they can use whatever inflection they choose to be able to try to give those defenders a little bit of an extra direction to get to the ball.
And back to the cleanup hitter, Kyle Lewis, the only lefty we've seen this afternoon.
Well, that answers that question then. Apparently he's okay because he stayed in the game and he's swinging a bat.
That's good to see. scored in the bottom half of the first. To the outfield. It's going to be trouble. Lewis on the hustle, and he gets there. Lewis has scored twice.
And the Thunder are rolling already here in the second. Now with 2 in.
A 2 spot with nobody out.
And after the goose egg by the Renegades here, this is that territory now where the Renegades need a put out or two because the Thunder are threatening to separate here early.
Aaron C. One of the outs in that bottom half of the first. Trying to put the Thunder up by 6. And here we go. And the plane above doesn't help anybody.
No, and they'll call timeout whenever there's a plane, automobile, sometimes cheering from another field.
This ball in the air, and it's not going to make its way past the 40-foot mark.
And in my opinion, they should have called timeout and wait for that plane to fly over. That one's loud enough. You know, it's up to the teams, and they can play through it, but at some point, probably should have called a timeout. And if you don't, I mean, the Thunder work quickly.
That ball was treated like a pitching wedge, took its flight down and came back. So that goes as a first pitch strike. Thunder have put 2 up here, no outs in their bottom half of the second after a scoreless top of the second by Boston. To the right side, into the outfield. It's rolling, and wow. Lewis beat it out.
Said the ball was still on the ground. Again, we talk about it. You got to have the ball off the ground, under control, and away from the body. All 3 elements of possession have to be present, or it should be declared a run. And in that situation, although he was there, the ball was down, and it was not off the ground. Hey, you don't have to have it over your head. You just have to have it off the grass tops, enough for the umpire to see. And in that case, close play, but it's a run.
So Aaron C. gets on the board. That's run number 8. And now to bring up David Smith, who used up every part of real estate in his first at bat.
And David Smith is a cancer survivor, and he came back. He missed the 2024 season, came back toward the end of last year with the Thunder, scored a few runs in the championship game of the World Series, and he says he's healthy now.
Incredible.
Great comeback story. He's a fighter, and as it is now, he's a winner.
Big cut there.
And he's a world champion, and let me tell you, he was on 4 runner-up teams with the Jets, 2 of them to the Thunder and 2 of them to another team from Indianapolis, and finally got his ring. So it's been a winning year for David Smith. And his Spurs are playing in a Game 7 tonight.
Oh,
so.
they are. I forgot there was a basketball game today. That ball to right, and it's going to go foul. So that's a 3rd strike.
Yeah, I forgot too, because my Crimson Tide are going to be playing softball later. Number 1 team in the country. Roll Tide, go Bama.
I was being very facetious about the Spurs and the Thunder. I knew that thing was going. That's an incredible matchup.
It is.
That's going to be a rivalry for a long, long time between those 2 young teams. There's a big shot to right. It's going to drop. And Smith is going to get there.
He's 2 for 2. So the bottom of the Thunder order, you see, they're contributing. They're getting production from all parts of the Thunder of their batting order.
And to the top half of the order we go. Cody Jeffries, his 3rd at bat, has scored a run. That lead extends to 7.
And if it gets close to 12, we'll talk about the complicated, convoluted 12-run rule that we have. It's a mercy rule of sorts, but it doesn't necessarily end the game. We'll get there. Wait for it.
I want to thank our entire ISC Sports Network crew. We're busy today. Out here at North Central, the National Beep Ball Baseball Association, over at Lawrence North, state finals for volleyball, and our production crew down at Victory Field for the Indians. Fouled straight back, 1 strike.
Well, we still have prep baseball and softball going on in Illinois, where I'm from. And speaking of prep baseball, Jared Woodard played a little bit of high school baseball for Newton Community High School in Newton, Illinois, which is my current hometown. And he was quite a pitcher, an outfielder for that team, and pitched beep ball at the same time. He's been pitching beep baseball since he was 16. Well, younger than that. He won his first championship at 16.
That's a shot to center.
Ripped.
You could hear that. And he's going to make it. Hit that right on the screws. And that's a second run scored by Jeffries. He's 2 for 3. And the lead gets to 8.
And when this offense gets going, look out. And they are rolling right now. And Boston, I think, just called a defensive timeout. I don't think so much that Coach Weissman is upset with his defense necessarily. There's nothing you could do about some of those. More to slow down a red-hot Jared Woodard in the Indy Thunder offense.
That's going to bring up Jared Dykes for the 3rd time. He scored a run back in the 1st.
Yeah, they actually got him out his last time up, and I think that's his first time he's been out all day. This is the opening day of the 2026 season for the Indy Thunder. This is their first tournament. The Renegades played 2 games over at Fenway Park, as we mentioned at the top. They were more showcase games. I think the Renegades won them both. Their opponent was the other Boston team, the Boston Strong, still a fairly new and developing team. But at least the Renegades have had some live action. The Thunder, other than scrimmaging against themselves, which is pretty good competition as it is, these are their first games of this season. Both teams coming in at 2-0 today.
Dave, why don't you tell us real quick, what was head coach Rob Weissman discussing with his team right there? Was it just to get a rest, to settle them down?
Well, I think part of it was try to break the rhythm of the Indy Thunder offense. But, you tell them, calm down, make the plays you're supposed to make, communicate, don't try to overplay, and play the game. I mean, you can't do anything about balls that are whizzing by you in the air or going over your head. You block the ones you can block. You field the ones you can field.
The Thunder have put 5 on the board here, just like they did in the first, but still nobody out. And Dykes rips it down the third base side, and that ball's going to keep rolling. Dykes beat that, no problem. Another rocket shot for the Thunder, and the score's 11-2.
And we are now getting close to having to talk about that 12-run rule. So let me lay it out for you. If the home team, or if an inning finished at the completion of any inning, a team is up by 12 or more runs, the team that is trailing will then continuously bat until they use all of their remaining outs for the game, or they tie or take the lead. If they use their remaining outs, the game is over at that point. If they tie or take the lead, then the team that initiated the 12-run rule gets to use up all of their remaining outs until they either use them up or, much more commonly, score enough runs to take the lead, at which point they win the game. The reason they do that is because you want a mercy rule of some sort, otherwise you could have games that could get really out of hand and take forever. But you also want to to encourage participation. And so that's a way to do both. So at least you get to bat your final outs, even if you're down by a significant margin. And we're not there yet, but we're headed that direction. We're trending that direction here in the bottom of the second as the Thunder just rolled through their entire batting order.
But take the run off the board there. They called it dead ball.
Did they again? All right, another dead ball. And see, and it's hard for us to tell back here from our position unless the umpire says it loud enough for us to hear it through our mics. And this particular umpire I don't think has done an ISC game before.
That was a dead ball, by the way, so there wasn't a run score.
So there is to take the run off the board, and it is a replay. It's just a repitch.
Dykus swings through that. 1 strike. Dykus hit an absolute rope, but that was a dead ball, so he'll have to do it again.
Yeah, and it happened to Jeffries at the end there of the first inning where he roped one and had to do it again.
That's a shot.
Well, he'll do it again.
And that's going to fall. Dykus on his horse, and he beats it. Well, he did it the other way. It was a sure shot that first at bat. Had to hustle down the line for that, but he gets it nonetheless. Now put that run on the board.
And he really crashed that base. You could hear it through the field mic. And that's what you want to do. Handle it like a tackling dummy. Go straight through it if you can.
I'm telling you, these players are treating that tackling dummy like Myles Garrett coming along the right side. But the hustle that these players show is unbelievable.
Yeah, they're tearing down that line with everything they've got without the benefit of being able to see anything. It's pretty awesome.
David, I ask you, is it going down the first or third base line a preference of the batter?
I would say, I was a lefty, so if I'd had my druthers, I would want first base to come on because my momentum is carrying me that direction when I swing the bat. If you're a right-handed hitter, I'd say you probably want third base.
That ball into the outfield. It'll drop. Rodriguez is going to get there. So now Tyler Rodriguez 3 for 3. And the lead is double digits of 10.
Renegades need an out now in the worst way. It sounds easy from in here, but the Renegades need to find an out here, or we're going to, I think, see them batting continuously early here. And we've had a few like these in the last few years. We've had a couple of really competitive ones, too, that we've been able to showcase on ISC. But as good as the weather has been, the games at times have been one-sided. And the Indy Thunder have been responsible for that a little bit, although the Gateway Archers came in and just rolled through this thing a couple years ago. And before that, the Indy Edge.
Pinch hitter, Gene Brown.
All right.
Makes her way into the lineup. Takes a big cut for strike 1. Gene, like many of these people for the Indy Thunder, volunteer. Right up the middle into the outfield. Brown hustling, and she's going to get there. So Gene Brown comes in off the bench, does her job.
That was, what number was that? That is not Gene Brown.
18?
That would be, let me see who we have listed as 18, because I can almost guarantee you.
Jordan Flatt?
That looked like that would be Jordan Flatt.
Okay, because there's 2 18s. One's a volunteer, one is
young player.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Jordan Flatt, young guy, 18, 19 years old. And he runs very fast, and he can cover a lot of ground, too. I'm like that the fact that they got him in the game early here, give him some action in a big game. He got into the first game today that they played against Chicago when there was a significant lead.
Now, Dave, I just heard someone yell double base. What does that mean?
Well, that's a malfunction, I guess, where both bases went on at once. And so they'll just try the bases again, make sure they're in working order before they put the ball in play.
Another pinch hitter, Chris Dunleavy, to the outfield, and there's the first out. And out of the box.
Quick base.
See the hustle there, yep. Jordan Flatt.
Yeah, he is a prospect. He's a prospect. He's a star in the making. You know, the curse, if there is one, of having such a deep roster with so many veteran studs in the regular starting lineup is it's hard sometimes to develop your younger players and your up-and-comers, of which Jordan Flatt is certainly one of them.
So another pinch hitter.
And I had mentioned that the wind wasn't bad earlier, but it has picked up. I wonder how much that's affecting, especially the defense.
Daniel Diaz down the first base side, knocks it foul, 1 strike. National Beat Ball Baseball Association.
They will be hosting their 50th World Series in Naperville, Illinois, Naperville, Aurora, that area, the west suburbs of Chicago, the first week of August. Darnell Booker will be directing that tournament.
Big cut from Diaz, 2 strikes. John Natali, Dave Benny, our entire ISC Sports Network crew, so happy that you're joining us on this Saturday afternoon. There's the pass ball.
This one's been all thunder so far. And a big key was the 3 up, 3 down top of the second.
That ball to the outfield. All the way to the 170 line. It goes past it. And Diaz is going to score easily. Put a charge into that one. Now everybody having some fun for the Thunder.
And he's another prospect. We're seeing the second stringers now come in. Perhaps the future of this team with the Daniel Diaz's, Jordan Flatt. You may see the likes of Dylan Berry, E.J. Sellers, Deshaun Owings, and some of these young players. The Thunder, they still have a crop of young talent. It's just this crop of young talent is playing behind the starters. Whereas when they started their dynasty run back in 2016, their young talent were their starters.
Evan Steiner now, number 54.
Here's another one. He's an athlete.
And that 12-run rule is now in effect.
So somebody doesn't get into semantics with me after the game. It takes effect at the end of the inning, but yes, for all intents and purposes, once this inning is complete, the 12-run rule will be in effect, and the Renegades will use up all the rest of their outs trying to make up this deficit.
2 strikes, and there's the pass ball. The Thunder have put up 9 in this bottom half of the second.
And they're not done yet.
Just 1 out.
And you can tell me, I don't think Jared Woodard has struck out anyone yet. I think he's working on a perfect game.
He is. Well, if you ever saw a frame like Casey at the bat, it would be Evan Steiner.
And he just started last year, so.
That's a high shot to left. It finds its way down, trying to field it, and got him. Second out.
That was good communication by the Renegades defense. When the ball was coming down, you had one player telling him it was to his right, the other one going for it, and they made the play. And Is this 88 going to come in now, or let's see here? They're still emptying
Ed Brown.
their bench. Now, he is a wily veteran. Ed Brown was a part of the Thunder before they started winning championships. He started in 2011. Was a teammate of mine for a while.
Ed looks like he's going to take out the chopper after this one. Get some breeze on the bike. After a 5-run first for the Thunder, they have put up 9 in this bottom half of the second. Boston struck first with those 2 runs, but have been held scoreless since.
And 19 for 19 contact so far.
Big cut by Brown. Finds its way into the outfield. Brown hustling down the line. And he's going to get there.
They're calling dead
yep,
ball. That
yep,
time I did hear it. So they'll go out and check. Just by the way that play unfolded, though, I think he's probably dead.
And I'm just going to think that Ed Brown might take a strike here on the fastball. Good contact. And you're right, Dave. They didn't hear it like the last 2.
Right. Now, you're allowed to make a play on a dead ball, okay? So if it's rolling at you and you hear it going whoosh, whoosh in the grass, you make a play on it. They used to teach don't touch it if it's a dead ball, if you think it's a dead ball, because if you touch it and it comes back to life, you won't get credit for it, which is just wrong.
Brown again, hustling down the line.
Now he's out.
And there's your 3rd out. But not before the Thunder put a 9 spot on the board, up 12. Top of the 3rd coming up on ISC.
When a visit to the eye doctor ends in a diagnosis of blindness or visual impairment, Bosma Enterprises is there, providing low and high-tech tools that let adult Hoosiers keep living at home, and training that teaches people with vision loss how to cook meals, travel around their homes and towns, and continue their employment. Because the need for independence never fades, even when the sense of sight does. Bosma Enterprises. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to continue their employment. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises. Visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to cook meals safely. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises. Visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired.
Today's game brought to you by Cain and Abel. Orientation Mobility Services. Take a person's arm and they will lead you around the block. Give a person a cane and it will lead you around the world. Also,
boy, isn't that the truth.
Also our good friends at the Shop Indy. Speaking of the Shop Indy, the Indy 11 in action tonight. Our own Greg Rakestraw will be on the call over at Michael A. Carroll Stadium taking on Rhode Island. I'll be there too, Dave. I'll be on the microphone, but not in the capacity of Greg. I'll be in the PA booth. It's Pride Night for the 11. The Shop is their official supplier of goods and accessories and apparel. And now Boston, they got some work to do.
Yeah, so now they'll just continue to bat. We are in that 12-run rule we talked about earlier. They'll keep batting until they either tie or take the lead or use up their remaining at-bats.
Devenish to the outfield. And getting there. Oh, he beat it out. Good hustle by Devenish. Jordan Flatt was on it, just couldn't collect. And the Renegades get one on the board, nobody out. Good start for Boston.
Yeah, you want to try to get back as many as you can, and it becomes a game of mathematics. How many can you score before they tell you that the game is over? 12 outs left for the Renegades to use.
That'll bring up Drew Crook. He scored in that 2-run first for Boston.
Now, there is a re-entry rule, so in the event that the Renegades do start closing the gap, lest Jared should have to go out and pitch again, you may see some of the starters. They have to be out 6 outs, but they do have the option of re-entering.
Big cut into center. And we got our first out. Good place by Deshaun Owings, number 26. Now Shane Canton, who couldn't get a run over in the first. He'll bat for the second time. And a new pitcher for Boston.
They did bring a couple. That may be Hunter Wiseman.
It is.
Rob's nephew.
To the left side. Finds his way in the outfield. And is he going to get there? Yes, he does. That's a second ball that Jordan Flatt has had some trouble with in this third inning. And Boston has put 2 back on the board. Now it's 14-4.
And he's solid and he's coming along, but he's another one that's fairly new, second or third year. And so, this experience right now, this is just going to help these younger Thunder players as they continue to develop.
Now returning back to the mound is Ron Cochran. Dave, is there a reason for that a pitcher would come in and out just for one batter, then go back to the starter?
Yeah, you're allowed to do that. Sometimes one pitcher is just in a better groove with a hitter, or there's more comfort between the two of them, because hitting and beat ball is a symbiotic relationship between the pitcher, the batter, and really the catcher too. And they're all on the same team. So you don't see it often, but it happens where you'll have a specialty pitcher for 1 or 2 hitters. You won't see that with the Thunder. Jared's got them all.
David Marcano, and that ball bounced from the outfield into the foul ball spot.
Backspin.
And that is considered a foul ball.
Yes. If it hits on the other side of the line and then bounces fair, it's fair ball. If it goes the other direction, that's foul ball.
That sand wedge just rolled back for the first strike to the 6-hole hitter. David Marcano struck out in the first.
Winner of this game will play the winner of the Indy Edge and Gateway Archers for the championship tomorrow. The loser of this game will play for third.
That could very well be an Indy matchup.
It could be, although, and not knowing what the score is over there, I would say the Archers are a slight favorite in that game. They're extremely strong this year, adding Eric Rodriguez and Nick Mulheron, 2 former Edge players, currently now playing against their former team. We've had a lot of movement around the league in the last few years. Not from these teams, though, as much. In fact, Boston is totally New England homegrown, and the Thunder are, say, 90% homegrown.
3 strikes to the 6-hole hitter, David Marcano.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie, and you can tell he's still kind of feeling his way out in the game.
Took the pass ball there and swings through that one. For the second time, Marcano has to sit down because of a strikeout. And back to the top of the order, and Tyler Myro. Today's game brought to you by Big and Small Paws 317, offering dog training and boarding Free dog training consultations and in-house private training with payment plans available. Plus, there's 88 training, group training sessions, and dog boarding packages too. Call 317-603-2292 for more information. Big and small paws. There's a little one right there. Pretty well behaved. Enjoying the weather here on Saturday. North Central High School. National Beep Baseball Association. Boston Renegades and the Indy Thunder. Dave Benny, John Natali, and our entire ISC Sports Network crew. And it looks like a canopy made its way where it's not supposed to be. So the wind is causing havoc.
It is picking up now, and it was not doing this the first 2 games today.
We did not have that on the bingo card.
No.
Now 2 outs. Myro to the right side. And good play.
That is a great play. Going to see who made that play.
Deshaun Owings.
Deshaun Owings. So they've got their they got their younger guns now in there, and they're starting to make plays. Deshaun Owings, he looked good in their first game today too when they were to win over the Comets.
There's a good look at Owings right there.
The last time the Thunder lost was in the final elimination game at the 2024 World Series when they were walked off by the Gateway Archers. Archers in front of their home crowd, and Mark Morris, in one of the more memorable moments in at least recent World Series history, put the Archers into the championship game, and the Thunder took third. That was in August of 2024, or late July, actually. Thunder have not lost since.
Big cut to the left side.
And the Thunder did not play the Archers at last year's World Series, as I recall. So if you think they don't want a shot at them tomorrow here in the championship in front of their home crowd, either that or you'll have an Indy versus Indy. So barring a major comeback by the Renegades, you're going to see a spectacular ball game either way tomorrow. Elena Reagan.
So we figured out 71. Pinch hitter, big cut through that one. Elena's going to have to sit down. You can see the smile there. That's what it's all about. As long as everybody's having a good time, this is well worth it.
Yeah, it's more fun when you win, but the Renegades, they stay upbeat, and they really stay involved no matter what the score is, and that's just a credit to the system they have. And Rob Weissman's been at the helm since 2003. They don't try to get players from out of state or ringers to try to. They develop what they've got, and they take it as far as they can.
Brings up Sean Devenish. Big cut to the left side.
That's got a chance.
And Flatt going to get there.
Jordan Flatt made the play, I do believe.
That was another bang-bang play.
Jordan can cover a lot of ground.
Devenish hustling down the line, but that time Flatt was able to field it cleanly and gets the out. You read it. That ball definitely wasn't going to get past him. And just off the ground.
Is this Jen Morin Tylock now, number 14?
That would be correct, partner.
As they are emptying their bench, getting everybody in. I've never seen, I think this is a new player. I don't believe I've seen her play before. I've seen Elena Reagan play. She's a pretty good player.
Well, we get our first look at Jen Moore and Tylock.
And I think this will now mean that they have gotten all of their active players into this game that are here and available.
Another switch. Hunter Weissman is back on the hill. A first pitch strike to Moore and Tylock.
Hunter, when he's not pitching for them, also does play-by-play on their live stream and does a great job. I think Hunter's one of the better YouTube streamers that we have.
Ball to the left side. And Jordan Flatt, back-to-back plays.
So Flatt's made a couple, Deshaun Owings has made a couple. This is stuff that Jared Woodard and the Thunder coaching staff will be happy about.
Good way to redeem yourself by Flatt. Had some trouble in those first two at-bats that came to him, but has cleaned up the past two for the Thunder.
And sometimes, you know, as a young player, in a game like this where there are a lot of people here and they know that they're being featured on the ISC Sports Network, so they, you know, they can come out a little bit tight, a little bit wound up. They just need to settle down a little bit. And Jordan's in the groove now. And they know with every out they record, they get closer and closer to a victory here as the Renegades have to keep batting in this 12-run rule.
Technically the top of the fifth.
Yep, and that's what they call it. We'll just move on, keep moving on inning by inning. And then we'll, if they were to tie or take the lead, we'd go back to the bottom of the third. If that makes any sense at all.
Get out your Dave Benny's neuroscience. And once again, wow, that ball Flatt's like a magnet out there. His third put out.
No, sir. This is not David Benny neuro anything. I did not create the rule. Prior to retiring from the organization, I tried to tell everybody that would listen, and even those who won't, to maybe think about changing the rule, and they haven't yet. Although it's being talked about.
One down.
You know, there was a time that the bases in beat baseball used to be only 90 feet.
What was the rule you were talking about? Changing?
This 12-run rule.
They just want to get rid of it?
Yeah, make it a mercy rule.
So technically one down in the top of the fifth. And the Renegades down to their final 5 outs.
Yeah, I like it too, honestly. I feel like that it works. It makes it quicker.
14-4. Boston's put 2 back after being down 12, 14-2. Scored those 2 runs in the top half of the first. And strike 2. To David Marcano. He struggled today. Struck out twice. And big cut. That's 3 strikes.
The cheering you might have heard through the field, Mike, came from another field. There are 3 other games going on simultaneously with this one throughout the North Central Complex. Gateway and the Indy Edge are playing. Oklahoma and the Chicago Comets. That should be an interesting matchup, although the Comets are shorthanded. Cleveland and the Philly Fire.
Go Cleveland. And only because I'm from there. The Scrappers, a perfect name for a blue-collar city.
And they've been around to beat baseball a long time, since the 80s. Even longer than the Thunder.
Marcano gets a bat on it. Will he get there?
Yep.
He does. Good hustle by Marcano.
And that fires up the Renegade bench a little bit as their rookie gets a run against the champions.
Split 2 outfielders. But Marcano, a good hustle down the line, just casually touches it with the right hand. And the Renegades get one more back.
First run of Marcano's career. I just heard
Congratulations.
Renegades coach Rob Weissman say, and they're happy over there on the sideline. Congratulations to that young man.
Today's game brought to you by Bright Ideas, your logo on everything under the sun, now located at 9855 Crosspoint Boulevard, Suite 116 in Indy.
Rob Weissman got his 200th coaching victory with the Renegades earlier today in their win over Chicago.
Incredible.
He has coached all but one of their victories.
Back at the top of the order we go. And how about those quick reactions from head coach Rob Weissman? The foul back just put the leather up and caught that.
When you think about how many teams even have 200 wins.
Big cut from Myro. 2 strikes.
There's not many teams in beat ball, let alone coaches, that have 200 wins. You're thinking you're down to Austin, Indy Thunder, Chicago Comets, Cleveland, because they've been around so long. It's a few.
Myro to the right side, but goes foul. And now 3 strikes to the leadoff hitter. Slowly but surely, the Renegades have been chipping away, which was once a 12-run advantage for the Thunder, but they've put 3 up. Can't get them all at once, and still only 1 out. And straight up, no, it's going to find its way foul to the right side. Myro stays alive. 3 strikes.
Renegades have been around since 2002. They have a total record as a team of 199, now 201 actually, with the 2 wins today, and 122. So that shows you sustained success, well over 500, about 80 games, give or take, over the lifespan of the organization.
And Myro swings through that.
Renegades have never won a world championship in beat baseball. Finished runner-up once, that was in 2016. Finished 3rd once, and that was in 2019.
On the foul tip, it remains 3 strikes. And that time, couldn't get any contact, and Myro sits down.
But Cochran hasn't had many strikeouts either. He's had a few, but he's actually pitched a pretty good game. It's just been a lot of Thunder offense and quite a bit of Thunder defense to go along with it.
And Alana Reagan for the 2nd time in this extended inning. And Renegades down to their final 4 outs. Down 9.
Alana Reagan, well, many of these players and volunteers have other endeavors and pursuits outside of beat baseball. She is starting law school at the University of Michigan.
Wow.
Hail to the victors.
This ball to the left side. And recovered nicely. Jordan Flatt once again. Great redemption on the field from number 18 after he struggled with the first 2 outs, but now has 3 put outs since.
And he's growing in confidence, and he's showing the Thunder coaching staff that if necessary, they can use him in a high-profile game, and he can make plays.
To the 6th, 3 outs to go for the Indy Thunder to keep their winning streak alive. Boston looking to play spoiler. Here's Sean Devenish. Big cut to the left side. And once again, Flat was there, went over him. Still able, and he's safe. Good hustle from Devenish.
And it was hit hard enough that it was able to, Flat had to recover a little bit there. That wasn't quite as easy a play for him as maybe a couple of the others.
Yeah,
Good
that ball
fight.
jumped over Flat, and Evan Steiner was there, but just a little bit too late. Devenish gets a run. Cut to 8.
Good fight by the Renegades. They're going to go down swinging if they're going to go down. And they're without 2 of their best players. I mean, Joe McCormick, wasn't able to make this tournament, he's their all-time runs leader with 368. Christian Thaxton is third in Renegades history, 265. He's not playing. So those are 2 big sticks out of the lineup. And of course, McCormick can do it on both sides of the ball.
And once again, Genmore in tie lock. To the left side. Slow roller. Flat trying to pick it up. And she's safe. Another bang-bang play. But this time, the advantage goes to Genmore in tie lock. And now the lead cut in half. 14-7 Indy.
And so the Renegade rookies are breaking through in this game too. And look how happy they are for her.
Flat had a beat on it, but good hustle from number 14 to get down the line. And she's excited about it, just like her Renegades fan base was as well.
Always nice to see the up-and-comers score runs, get that taste of success in this sport, and realize that, yes, they can, and then they do.
So now Shane Canton looking to keep this Renegades rally alive. Started out with 2 in the first. They have put up 5 in their extended at bat. 1 strike. Big cut to left field. Hit it right on the button and gets past a diving Evan Steiner. The lead is down to 6.
Yep, the Renegades are doing the best they can to try to erase this deficit. Now remember, we are in the 12-run rule, so if the Renegades tie or take the lead, the Thunder have all of those unused outs left that they can use. So don't let the margin fool you, but the Renegades have put some runs on the board here as we're counting down outs. And Shane Canton, and he's a consistent scorer. He's 4th all-time in Renegades history, came into this tournament with 212 runs scored in his career. So some of these are the players that you would expect to be scoring, but then the rookies for the Renegades are contributing as well.
David Marcano struggled in his first 2 at-bats, but put up a run in his last one. And he'll try to keep this rally alive. With the Renegades down only 6. The 3 outs have been tough to get for the Thunder.
It'd be scary if you weren't used to it.
Big cut from Marcano. Dave, it's almost like you're just waiting. He takes great cuts at the plate, and if he connects, that ball is going to go a long way.
Well, but you don't want to overswing either. You know, sometimes we tell especially the new players, sometimes 90% is best.
And then
Foul ball right in front of the plate. Now 2 strikes. North Central High School, home of the Panthers. Right now it's the home of the Indy Thunder, but the Renegades of Boston chipping away. Big cut. Marcano, 3 strikes. Here it comes. Slow roller. Flat has to charge.
He's got to get up there.
Gets there. And they got him.
Good job charging that ball. He got a good jump on that. I think he heard it real well. And Jordan Flatt's got good ears for the ball. He got up to that ball quickly.
I'll tell you, number 18 has been busy in the field, but he's done a tremendous job. Now 2 to go. Tyler Myrle still looking for his first run.
The Thunder have won this tournament 7 of the last 9 years, with the exceptions of 2024 when the Archers won it and 2022 when the Indy Edge won it.
And there's a shot to right. Trying to find it. And Myrle with good speed.
That's why he's batting leadoff. That and the fact that their 2 best hitters aren't here. But Myrle with his speed beats that one out. The score is going to, you know, if they don't come back and bat out of the 12-run rule, and they're trying their best to do it, this final score is going to look respectable, and the Renegades are going to have a lot to be proud of and to build on. They really have hit the ball well. They have limited the strikeouts.
And Alana Reagan going to bat for the 3rd time.
Everywhere.
Puts a charge into that one down the right side. Trying to field it. And got him. Deshaun Owings, another good play. Lana Reagan was hustling down that line, but Owings puts it away. And now down to the final out for Boston.
It's been the Owings and Flatt show here recently. Owings with a couple, Flatt with several over on his side.
I don't know if anybody's touched the beat ball in this extended length of time for the Boston Renegades.
And let's see who wants to get this last one now.
Boston down to their final out. Commendable job either way.
And boy, the Thunder, 14 runs in 2 innings of batting, 20 for 20 contact. That's a 2-inning perfect game, but that's still a perfect game for Jared.
And Sean Devenish, he's had a good afternoon. Boston trying to find some magic in a bottle with 2 down. Will we be considered the top half of the 6th? Charging that one straight up the middle. And Devenish.
No, he's safe.
Oh, he beat that out.
Called
Pure hustle.
Again, called it on the ground. He got there, just didn't have it up in time, according to plate umpire Mike Woodard, who is the uncle of Thunder head coach Jared Woodard, by the way.
Chris Dunleavy had it, just couldn't get it off the ground. And the hustle by Devenish got run number 10.
See if
Slight
they're gonna
pause
review
here.
this, maybe.
Yep. And I think he got there. If that's what there are, I mean, we have the benefit of replay.
Well, he could ask to see it. It wouldn't be surprising if he didn't. Yeah.
Taking a look at it. And it does look.
He sounded awful convincing when he called him safe. I think he's going to look at the replay and realize he was wrong. Nope. They're testing those bases, so if that's what happened.
Give him the run.
Yep. He stuck with it.
Jen Morin Tylock, who got a hit in her last at bat. Austin once again. Right up the middle. Look out.
That's a good hit. But.
And guess who's there?
Flat.
Jordan Flat.
I think he had 5 putouts after he came in for on defense there. And that's a good win for the Thunder. Boy, they did everything that they needed to do in this one. They had the hitting, they had the defense, they had the contact.
The Thunder jumped out to a 12-run lead. Boston fought back very commendably, but they fall 14-10. Your final here at North Central High School. We'll take a quick break. We come back. We'll have some highlights, and we'll have an interview and much more coming up on the ISC Sports Network.
Do you need me to go run over?
Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to continue their employment. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to cook meals safely. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to travel around their homes and towns. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired. Bosma Enterprises gives Hoosiers with vision loss the tools and training they need to keep living at home. To give help or get help, visit bosma.org. Bosma Enterprises, visionary solutions for the blind and visually impaired.
And back on the campus of North Central High School, where the Indy Thunder, they jumped out to a 12-run lead in the second. A valiant effort by the Renegades of Boston, but 14-10, your final.
14 out of 20 hitting that 700 average for the team in this game, and it's right around, I think, where they're at for the day. And they will play for a championship tomorrow morning. They've got 29 consecutive wins and counting. I'm sure they're happy with their performance. Renegades, they got contributions from a bunch of different players, including a couple of rookies, and so they've got some things to build on as well. But you see why the Thunder are who they are. They do everything well.
I want to thank all our participating sponsors today. Dave, you made a great point earlier. We don't do this without them. So we want to thank Tito's, everythingbroadripple.com, Simplified Insurance Solutions, the Shop Indy, Comfort Care Home Care, Kane and Abel, Bright Ideas. Just very fortunate. Big and Small Paws as well. And, of course, our entire ISC Sports Network crew done a fabulous job this afternoon, as they always do. We're just waiting to see if Coach Darnell Booker is going to bring over a player to talk to. So, Dave, your thoughts. I mean, when you had mentioned it, this is one of the quicker games that you've done, but you mentioned the firepower that the Thunder have, not just in their starting six, but all through the lineup. What were some things that you took out of this that can really help them tomorrow in that championship game?
Well, somebody's in trouble on the other side of that championship game because the Thunder are just a well-oiled machine right now. They brought in their second string, and those guys started making plays. You look at the final score, and you remember the Thunder only had to bat 2 innings, and so they averaged 7 runs an inning. This is what they do. They play fast. They're aggressive. They run. They hit, and they defend, and they do it very well as a unit, as a team. And so they're champions for a reason. And right now, the rest of the league in beep baseball is chasing after them. Now, can the Archers or the Edge give them a game tomorrow? Absolutely they can. But it takes a lot to beat the Indy Thunder. You have to bring your A-plus game. A- won't do it, get it done. And the Renegades were 2 starters down today. They will be a stronger team at the World Series than they were here today, and they'll be playing a 3rd, 4th place game tomorrow morning, which finish in the top half of this kind of an 8-team tournament. That's nothing to hang your head about either. So I think there were some positives for both teams today.
All the action begins at 8 a.m. tomorrow. And Dave, how could that play a factor? Early morning, you played a full slate of games today on Saturday. You got to go into the championship games tomorrow very early. Can that play a factor in anything?
Well, not if you're disciplined. And I think that both of the teams, whoever they end up being that you're going to see tomorrow, are going to do what they need to do to take care of themselves tonight. And they'll come out fresh and ready to go tomorrow. The Thunder have the benefit of having such a deep roster that they were able to rest a lot of people. And so, oftentimes, and we saw it at the World Series last year, by the end of the World Series, the Thunder were the freshest team still in the running, and everybody else was banged up and tired in that blistering heat in St. Louis, and the Thunder looked fresh as daisies, and you're going to see that again tomorrow. I mean, no Thunder player played all 3 games today, every inning of every game, and so they all got rest. I don't think it'll affect them much, and if it's the Archers, I don't think it'll affect the Archers either. These teams, they know how to compete, and they know how to take care of themselves the way they need to come back out tomorrow and play in the morning. What can affect it sometimes is the fields can be wet. And so it can make for sloppier play on defense because you're playing with dew and you're playing with wet grass. That would be the only possible difference I could see for tomorrow morning.
On behalf of my broadcast partner, David Benny, and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, I'm John Natali, and we want to thank you for joining us on this very special Saturday afternoon as the Indy Thunder move their winning streak to 29 with a 14-10 victory over the Boston Renegades. Everybody have a great afternoon and a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on the ISC Sports Network.